What's up, YouTube? Devin Midrow here, coming at you in the afternoon, actually. Yeah, this morning I got distracted, I guess you could say, because before I knew it, I was pretty much at work, and I was like, missed my window to create that video, and then I kind of thought to myself, well, I can always do it in the afternoon, right? So. But I find that in the afternoon when I'm driving home, I'm kind of tired. I'm kind of tired. I'm kind of out of it. So I don't know how good this video is going to be. Even my energy, I noticed my energy level, as opposed to like in the morning when I'm driving to work, like my energy I can actually put out there on a video is down. Like right now. I mean, it's hotter. It's in the afternoon time, right? I just basically worked all day, and I think that's a good little segue into what I'll talk about in this video is willpower. And sometimes I like to get real obvious atoms. Like it's something that I definitely learned from a mentor of mine, Troy Broussard. And he wrote a whole book about it, obvious atoms. And I don't know how true the story is. I don't know the validity of the story. I would imagine that there's got to be some kind of truth to it, And the basic premise is sometimes, well, I think a lot of times in life we tend to overthink things. We tend to really just get too critical when it comes to the way we do things, and we just make it more complicated than it needs to be. And I guess the simple idea that I want to pull from this video is, if you work 8 hours right in a day, and let's just put it out there, let's just say hypothetically you slept for 8, which again most people don't sleep 8 hours every single night. In fact, most nights, if not any nights, do people get 8 hours of good quality, solid sleep. And that is really important to what I'm talking about, because it does play a role in your the amount of energy you have throughout the whole entire day. If you get a really bad night's sleep, just one night a bad night of sleep, and you'll feel it. You'll feel it. And it doesn't just add when you get say the next night you get another bad night of sleep. It's not additional, it's exponential. It starts to multiply how bad you're going to be feeling throughout the day. Not to include your immune system is probably going to be greatly affected, negatively affected, and just a laundry list of things that can happen when you don't take your sleep seriously. It's something that I've experienced firsthand for years and years and years. I mean, if not at least a decade, if not more years of just going, I can get this much sleep and I can be okay. I can get by. To a point when I was working 100 hours a week on average, between my main job, which was Monday through Saturday, 10-hour days, right? And right when I got off my main job, I would get on Uber, Lyft, and I would work all the way through. I mean, and I would sleep in between rides, and then I would, usually cut out at about 3, 4 in the morning, go back to my main job, sleep in the office for about 2.5 hours, maybe 3 if I'm lucky, and I get back up and do it all over again. And I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I wouldn't wish that on nobody, man. That right there was that was rough. That was already dangerous. I was driving around people in my vehicle and not getting the proper sleep that I needed. I mean, there were times when I would just pull off the side of the road, even if I just shut off the Uber Lyft app, which is great that you could do that. And I was like, let me just take a little power nap. And I wake up like hours later, like, oh man, like I would be down. I would need to recharge the battery. So let's close this one out. What I'm trying to say is this. Nowadays, I really, really advocate for getting 8 hours of sleep. I really try to get 8 hours of sleep. I don't always get it. In fact, I rarely get a full 8 hours of actual sleep. I might be in the bed 8 hours, but as far as getting that actual sleep that I measure, I track with my sleep ring right here. I don't know if you can see in the light. It's called the Oura Ring. On top of the Oura Ring, I also have a smartwatch, and the smartwatch also tracks sleep. So I have two different metrics that I'm going off of, and I'm telling you, I've been tracking this stuff for years. And particularly on the Oura Ring, just to be completely transparent, right? I just got the Apple Watch, and my wife got it for me, and I'm super stoked about it. I really like it. And if you guys are debating about getting an Apple Watch, I'd highly recommend you get it, because there's a ton of stuff that you can do with it. And I'm just an Apple fan. You know, I got an Apple phone, Apple laptop, Apple Watch. It's like everything, you know, communicates, and it just works. You know, if anything, Apple really dialed it on their products. They make stuff simple that just plain works, right? You know, that's really what they figured out. You know, yeah, there's some you know, complexity in some areas, but for the most part, it's pretty streamlined and pretty straightforward. Anyway, the point is this: I track my metrics. I'm not just kind of, you know, creating some hypothetical scenarios here. I've lived through this stuff. I try to get the adequate sleep that I need, and I know for a fact that it does make a significant difference when I do get that good quality sleep in the day. I mean, you know, it's like you can't get something for nothing. You know what I mean? Like, you can't pull like energy out of thin air. Like, if you don't recharge your battery properly, if you don't get the quality sleep that you need, you're gonna get in what you put out, right? Or you're gonna put in what you get out, however you want to interpret that. But if you're not getting the right amount of sleep, your battery's gonna be low. Right now, I'll be honest, last night I didn't sleep that well for some odd reason. You know, I don't know what it was. Stimulated probably from, you know, I think I went too far past my bedtime, because I ended up watching Fast X, which is a pretty epic movie. I just really appreciate the Fast and Furious series, with you know, the character. I mean, there's so many high caliber actors and actresses in the movie. It's unbelievable how many people they've been able to. I don't know. I couldn't even imagine the budget for that Fast and Furious in general. Just the amount of people and then the big names that are in there, to pay all of them to be in that movie. And with all the, I mean, granted, there's a lot of CGI, but there's a lot of stunts that are done too in that, and it's amazing. But yeah, that's kind of what kept me up last night. I keep kind of jumping away from the point, you know, but I think that I'm anchoring in the point with what I'm basically saying is, really try to dial in on your sleep, really get that down, because it will make a tremendous difference in your day, especially towards the latter part of the day. Like, you know, halfway through the day, whoa, I hear sirens, but I don't know where they're coming from. Oh, there you go, coming this way. Okay, cool. So yeah, gotta be aware of your surroundings, right? But yeah, definitely sleep. It's such a big deal. You know, you only got so many hours that you could last throughout the day. I mean, I've heard of people trying to push past and stay up for, you know, beyond 24 hours, 48, hours, 72 hours. And I'm sure, I mean, I've tried to do that kind of. I don't think I've stayed up past 48 hours, but I've done, I've been up for past 24 hours, you know what I mean? And I'm telling you right now, I feel it, man. I am like in rough shape when it's all said and done. Yeah, it's tough. It's very tough to deal with that. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, that's kind of the point right there. Just this afternoon rant, if you will, about energy levels, and it's finite. It's finite. There's a limited amount. Wow, this person just rolled through the stop sign like it was a yield sign. Same with this person. Unbelievable. I'm super impressed. Wow. I can't believe it. it's pretty impressive to see some people the way they drive, man. Rolled right through. The first person didn't even stop at all. They just kind of whoop, like they just kind of merged right in with the traffic. It's impressive. But that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. You know, really try to get really good quality sleep to really have the most out of your day, so you can make it throughout your day. You know what I mean? Like, I just had to drive home in traffic. It probably took me about an hour. Let me check my time right now. Yeah, I'm at 53 minutes right now. It's probably going to take me about a solid hour. And let me tell you straight up right now, I'm going to close out with this. I'm not going to be doing traffic for the rest of my life. I will not do it. I'm not going to burn my time, my precious time, in traffic. I just won't do it. I'm not. That's why I'm working on, I got some stuff in the works right now. I don't know if I want to reveal it yet on the video, but I got some things in the works that are basically going to allow me to, people like to say, retire myself. I'm just going to have a full business, full-time business, and not have to leave the house. That's basically the objective right there. And then I could scale my business to how much I want to make. You know what I mean? It's like right now I'm making so much per hour, and I'm sitting in traffic, going to work and coming back from work. It took me an hour to get home. It takes me about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on traffic, to get to work. That's 2 hours a day. I'm working 5 times a week, which is what I'm doing right now. That's 10 hours additional I have to spend in the vehicle driving to work, burning gas, going to work. Now, I don't want to take it out of context, because there's going to be jobs that people have to go and physically be there and do the job and make it happen. I'm not going to be one of those people. I'm just not. I made a decision. I'm not going to do it. I get it that, there are jobs that people have to do that, and they have to go into work and physically be there and drive to work and do all the things. I'm just not going to participate. I'm just not going to do it. I just don't want to do it. And I don't have to. And I've found a way to get out of it, and I'm going to make this work. And when I do make it work, I'm not going to be driving to work anymore. Right? You know what I mean? That's what it comes down to. So, I'll leave you with that. I don't think there's just one takeaway. There's probably multiple takeaways, multiple nuggets, if you will. And take what you will and run with it, and leave the rest behind that you don't need. So, until next time, I will see you on the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll catch you on the next video. Aloha.